ice in my veins, but you know I'm about to pull up.
Time will only tell. You can try me if you want. Life can get real crazy. You can try me if you want. We gon' find out soon. We gon' find out soon. We gon' find out soon. Look me in my eyes. You can try me if you want. We don't got the same drive. You can try me if you want. We gon' find out soon. We gon' find out soon. We gon' find out soon.
Well, hello there, everybody, boys and girls, children of all ages. The Giants are 1-3. Not the best. Not what we were expecting. But the New York Football Giants are 1-3. And Jonathan is here. What's up, Jonathan? How are you this afternoon? Jigga, how the heck are you doing? Always here behind the scenes. Yeah, Jonathan, bro, this sucks. It sucks. It's Dev Finch. How are you? How is everything going? Hope you're having a fantastic day today. The Giants 1-3. Not what you're expecting. You kind of think, okay, they played a tough game week 1 against the Dallas Cowgirls. Week 2, you played against the Cardinals, but you beat them. Then, week 3, played against the 49ers, played a bit better than what the score suggested. However, you played against the Seattle Seahawks, and you got your tails kicked. It was bad. Kind of embarrassing. And I hope we could go in facing the Miami Dolphins a little better. Wink Martindale. He even said, he's like, oh my gosh, my wife calls me up and says, hey, how are you sleeping at night, honey? He responds with, I'm really not. You know, the Miami Dolphins offense is giving him nightmares. It's giving him nightmares. Poor Wink. That sucks. Well, listen, Wink. We're in a bad spot right now, buddy. We're in a bad spot. Kayvon Thibodeau stepped up last week. He had a much, much better game, a much, much better week. Was a lot more active. I loved seeing that. Shane McNeil, how are you today? Hope you're having a great day today as well. But yeah, you know, you like to see Kayvon progress and play better. So that's a win for the Giants, in my opinion. But the offensive side of the ball, especially your $40 million quarterback, raises some red flags. Now, chat, for the few of you who are in here, let me ask you a question. Where do you place the blame? Do you place the blame on the offensive line? Do you place the blame on Mr. Daniel Jones? Let me know what you guys think. I want to see it. I want to see it active. For me, it's a little tough. It's a little hard to say, okay, yeah, it was the O-line or it was Daniel Jones. It was a mixture of both. Listen, you have to really put into perspective what Daniel Jones is dealing with on the O-line. And Jonathan, yes, offensive line. Jigga, offensive line. What he's dealing with in the O-line. And we've been talking about this week after week at this point. But you don't have Andrew Thomas, and he still won't have Andrew Thomas against Miami. I don't know when this guy's getting better. It kind of sucks. He's the anchor on that offensive line. I say it week after week after week after week. And, that week 1 was awful for him. That's when he got hurt, and he hasn't played since. So losing him week 1 was awful for us and kind of set the tone for the future. Same with Saquon Barkley week 2. Losing him set the tone. I'll talk about Saquon in a little bit, but we're talking about O-line and Daniel Jones right now. But Daniel Jones, as far as the O-line goes, you have at left guard, you have a guard playing left tackle, right? You have a guard playing left tackle. You have your guard, your backup left guard in Bredesen playing center now because Schmitz is hurt. So now you lose your rookie center, who I was incredibly excited about. So now you lose him, and you have Bredesen playing center. So the Giants have a replacement coming in, and hopefully he'll be inserted in their left guard. We'll talk about him later on in the show. But Ben Bredesen, your backup left guard is now your center. Not good. And then right guard can't block for crap. Glowinski, he can't block for anything. And then you have right tackle Evan Neal. Every week I'm like, okay, he's progressing a little bit. Almighty Finesse, how you doing today? I've never seen you here before. Welcome. I've never seen you here in the Giants chat. Welcome, brother. Just tank. Let's go 1-16. I'm done with Daniel Jones. Almighty, I understand where you're coming from. I understand the frustration. You kind of expect after all this time, after he's in his 5th season in the NFL, you kind of expect him to play a little better, make better choices. And, but like I said, though, you literally have a makeshift offensive line and you could put anybody back there. Nobody would fare well. They won't. You have Evan Neal, who just looks like absolute trash. I lost absolutely all respect for Evan Neal. But yeah, Almighty, it's time to move on this year 5 for him. Listen, I get that, and I really do understand your frustrations, but the thing is, they can't get rid of him. It would be too big of a cap hit. Isn't like next year he's making like $56 million or something ridiculous? I forgot what the cap hit was, but they can't release him. They have to keep him. They have no choice, and this is who you have that quarterback. We have no chance against Miami and Buffalo. Listen, I get it. I don't think we have a chance either, especially not how we're playing now, especially if we don't have Saquon Barkley either, especially if we don't have our anchor on that offensive line and Andrew Thomas. We don't have Schmitz playing center so he can improve and he could progress in the development process for him. He may not even play. So, and we might not have Daniel Bellinger either. That's your second tight end. Might not have him. So listen, injuries happen in the NFL. I get it. I understand that part. But just look at the mauling. It's almost like they pulled the New Orleans Saints and put a bounty on Daniel Jones's head. These guys were going after him. They were going after him. And I mean, it's a lot of the time it seemed like, oh, shoot, this offensive line stunk. But Dan Orlovsky broke it down, and he broke it down with a lot of NFL terms and terms that some people might not be too familiar with, but he made a lot of sense. And basically whether you believe this or not, basically said that Daniel Jones was responsible for 6 out of the 11 sacks. The offensive line was responsible for 4 sacks, and Paris Campbell was responsible for 1. That's how the 11 comes. So if Daniel Jones is responsible for 6 sacks, and if there were times when he should have gotten the ball out quicker, brother, you're getting paid $40 million. If this is at all on you, you better play a little better. You better hit those open receivers. Get the damn ball out. I don't get it. This has been a problem for Daniel Jones for a long time now. That's why we need a really good offensive line for him. Because if we don't have that good O-line, if we don't allow him to have enough time to block, this is what's going to happen. It's going to collapse. Almighty, we have no chance. Saquon will get traded at the deadline. No, he won't. He won't get traded at the deadline. I don't think so at all. I don't think so at all. The Giants, Daniel Jones' contract is tradable, and it's Almighty. Who the heck is trading for him? Who's trading for Daniel Jones? Seriously, who? If Daniel Jones is as bad as you say he is, and everybody says he is, be honest? Who's trading for him? Why are you gonna trade for that kind of a contract and bring on that money for what? If he stinks, he's not worth it. So what's he worth to any other team? What's he, Almighty, that the other teams don't care that we have 6 draft picks. No one cares. Trading Daniel Jones is going to do nothing because no one's going to want to trade for him. As far as Saquon Barkley goes, You want to just throw in the towel and give up? Trade away a talent like that? I don't know. I don't know. If you're really ready to throw in the towel and say, do you know what? This New York Giants team isn't good. Maybe you shop Saquon. But to be honest with you, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm a little split on that. We got to sell. So Almighty, who else do you want to trade? You're telling us, saying, hey, trade Saquon Barkley, trade Saquon Barkley. You realize that if Saquon Barkley was playing, that this offense would do a bit better. We virtually have zero running game. Zero running game. Saquon Barkley is, listen, as far as Williams and Adoree Jackson and Xavier McKinney, I could see that, but you're putting Adoree Jackson in the slot. That's new for him. He's been playing awful out there. So who's going to want to trade for him too? You might just have to cut him at that point if you want to move on from Adoree Jackson. We just saw what Chase Claypool got. We just saw what he netted for the Chicago Bears. They just traded him. And they received a 5th and a 6th round draft pick. So what are you expecting Leonard Williams to net the New York Giants? What are you expecting Adoree Jackson to net the New York Giants? I don't think it's going to be much. I honestly don't. Because any team will get them this offseason when the Giants move on from Leonard Williams and Adoree Jackson. That's what's going to happen. So the Giants are going to free up some cap space and letting those two guys go. And that's it. So why would a team trade even a mid-round draft pick for any of these guys when they know that they could? Why would a team trade away a 4th-round draft pick, even a 5th-round draft pick, when they know that they could have that schlep in the offseason? When they know it, no one is trading a 4th-round draft pick for Adoree Jackson. Nobody is. I like Adoree Jackson. I'm not trying to hate on him. Nobody is trading away a 4th-round draft pick for Adoree Jackson. No one's trading a 4th-round draft pick. I disagree. Who's the contender? Who? Look at what these teams are trading away right now in the small moves. No team would trade a 4th-round draft pick for Leonard Williams, Adoree Jackson, Xavier McKinney. No, I disagree. Absolutely not. And then at that point, what's a 5th-round pick? Eric Gray's a 5th-round pick. You know what he's doing? He's dropping freaking punts. That's what he's doing. That's your 5th-round pick this season. I don't know either. I don't know why the grass is green, the sky is blue. I have no idea. But what I do know is this. We have a makeshift offensive line without our running back. So what are we expecting Daniel Jones to do? What are we expecting him to do at that point? The receivers are creating, they're not creating as much separation as you would like them to create because the offensive line isn't giving him enough time anyway. So, want to go 1-16? Is that what you just want to mail it in now? And give up? I don't want to give up. I don't want to go. I don't want to do that. I don't want to see them do that. Kafka got to go. O-line coach got to go. And special teams. You just want to clean everybody out, huh? Next week, if the Giants lose this Sunday to Miami, you're going to end up saying, oh, shoot, Dable should go. Yeah, let's go 1-16. Honestly, I think you're giving the Giants way too much credit that they would go with Williams as the number 1 overall pick in the draft if we had the number 1 overall pick in the draft. You're giving them way too much credit. I think they would go draft a weapon for Daniel Jones instead. I think they would do that. Look at what the Giants did. Now I'm talking under a different regime, different, but look at what they did back in 2018 when they drafted Saquon Barkley with the 2nd pick. Hindsight's 2020, sure, but you had an aging quarterback in Eli Manning. What did the Giants do? They went and they got him help, and they had the 2nd pick overall. So if the Giants landed the number 1 overall pick, Daniel Jones is somebody that they're going to have to live with at least next season, as at least for another year. So they're going to come up with an excuse to not take Williams with the number 1 overall pick, but they would take a receiver, maybe Marvin Harrison's kid. They could. They land they trade it and recoup a whole bunch of picks. Yeah, Jigga, you trade it down and you go and get a weapon for Daniel Jones. You trade down enough, but are we really talking about a world where the Giants go 1-16? If the Giants go 1-16, do you move on from Dable? I want to know about that. Do you move on from Dable? If the New York Giants, I understand that. I asked that question a little while ago, though. I want to know now. Would you move on, Jonathan? Would you move on from Mr. Dable if the New York Giants go 1-16? Because if your team, almighty, because you're going 1-16, because you go 1-16. What a massive regression that would be. 1-16. That's why. Because something ain't working. If you go 1-16, it's not just your quarterback in your O-line. It's something else. It's a lot more than that. It's not just the O-line and the court. It's not. No way. Come on. Good news, it's only week 5. I know. Jigga, I know it's only week 5. Jonathan, yeah, the coach. Yeah, Jonathan, I agree with you, Jonathan. I agree with you. Almighty, we overachieved last season. We still rebuilding. I don't like that, Almighty. I don't like your train of thought. You're nice to meet you. I'm so happy that you're in the chat. This has been incredibly fun, Almighty. Thank you. But go 9-7-1 and then going 1-16 is absolutely drastic. Now, if we went, let's say 5-12, 6-11, oh, okay, then I could say, okay, yeah, we overachieved last year. If we go 1-16, I wouldn't even call it overachieving. I would call it hitting the freaking lottery, right? And so there's something wrong if a team goes 1-16. There's something wrong there. There's something wrong with the front office. There's something wrong with the coaching. There's something wrong. The Giants can't go 1-16, nor I don't think they will. That's a real regression, major changes. Not going to lie, I had us going, Almighty, me too. Dude, me too. You could go back to maybe our first show on here or our second show. I said the same damn thing. 11-6, 12-5. I didn't think it would look this bad. But I guess not having Andrew Thomas, I guess not having Saquon Barkley, 2 key players on offense, well, this is what's going to happen. But damn, time just flew by, Jig. I didn't expect to kill that much time. So I want to talk about the offensive line, 11 sacks. Okay, really bad. us Giants fans incredibly frustrated about that, and rightfully so. We have every right to be upset. We pay damn good money, whether it comes to apparel or any other type of merch or tickets, parking. We pay really great money. Jigga, play the LaGreca clip, please. We're going to talk
MetLife
about
Stadium showered them with booze before the players headed to the locker room. Right tackle Evan Neal looked up towards the stands, raised his arms, and gestured sarcastically. He said he did not flip off fans, but he did yell a clear message to them. They are booing us, so I said, boo louder, Neal told NJ Advanced Media on Wednesday. The Giants 1-3 entered Sunday's challenging game against blah, 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 blah. So I'm trying to get to the quote here. Why would a lion concern himself with the option of, why would a lion concern himself with the opinion of a sheep? He added. The person that's commenting on my performance, what does he do? Flip hot dogs and hamburgers somewhere? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I'd cut his ass. I would. How dare you? How dare you? These people pay your salary. They pay an obnoxious amount of money to park, an obnoxious amount of money for PSLs to sit there and watch this pap, and you call them hamburger flippers? What, you're so much better? I'd rather have a guy that's flipping hamburgers block than your piece of garbage ass. Who the hell are you to talk to fans like that? You piece of garbage.
He took the words right out of my mouth. I have to be honest with you. Evan Neal, remorseful. It's just a PR move, bro. I don't think you're remorseful. I don't think it's genuine. The PR people of the Giants said, hey, bro, listen, you got to clean this up. You got to try to repair your image in the best way possible. LaGreca made a couple great points after what he just said, right? He made a few great points. He mentioned that you have doctors who are Giants fans, architects who are Giants fans, and just because you block in the NFL, do a really piss poor job at that as it is, an awful job. You are so bad at your job. I can't even, and this is your second year in the league. You did so bad at your job. Listen, you should have just kept your mouth shut. That would have been the best case scenario for Evan Neal. Keep your mouth shut because you're crapping the bed, Evan Neal. Every damn Sunday, you're crapping the bed. You stink. You stink. And you want to go out and tell people and belittle people, degrade people because they might not have as lavish of a job as you? Well, Evan Neal, you stink. He's awful, just awful. I tried week after week to give him the benefit of the doubt. I've tried week after week after week. You continue to regress. Almighty, I like burgers too, but I'm not talking about burgers. I'm talking about this piece of trash that's Evan Neal. I can't. You know what? LaGreca said cut him. Just trade him. Trade him. Get some value. Someone's going to bring him back. Someone's going to want him. Hey, Almighty. That's how you could recoup some picks, by trading away Evan Neal. That's schmuck. Almighty, it's not too early. Absolutely not, brother. Absolutely not. It's not too early. Jonathan, Neal doesn't block. I know. He doesn't block. And then he has the gall and the audacity to come out and say what he says about people going out, busting their hump, flipping whatever, work in the food industry. Those people work hard, man. I have a buddy works 13 hours a day, and you're crapping on him. You're crapping on him because of the type of job that he does to provide for his family. And that same person puts money in your pockets. That same person puts money in your pockets. You have the audacity to say what you said, Evan Neal. The audacity. That apology, Evan Neal, I'm all for forgiveness. All for forgiveness. But Evan Neal, I'm not God. I don't forgive like that. It's going to take me some time. But listen, Evan Neal, I don't think the apology's genuine because it came so damn quick. I don't think it's genuine. I think he truly feels that way. And listen, he has a right to feel upset, to feel frustrated. I get it. I understand that because you suck. You're crapping the bed every damn Sunday. You can't even block. Jigga could block better than you, Evan Neal. And you're 5 times his size. You stink. I'm screaming like Evan Neal's freaking watching this. Holy crap. Careful, you're starting to sound like Mad Dog. Jonathan, this is my spiel. This is what I do. I got a Yankees channel. It's almost at 13,000. I'm so blessed. This is how it grew because of my passion. Because of my passion and my love. And Mike Francesa, Mad Dog. They've inspired me. It's why I'm doing what I'm doing. I digress. Evan Neal, you suck. You were the 7th overall pick back in 2022. We're incredibly frustrated, and we're not even directing our attention at you. But now we are. And no matter what you do, it's going to be hard for Giants fans. I'm going to forgive you, Evan Neal. It's going to take me a little bit, but I will forgive you. It's going to take Giants fans a little bit hard of a time because they love their damn team so much to forgive what you said. Humble beginnings. Evan Neal, I don't give a crap. I don't care. You said what you said. So distasteful. So bad. Thank you. 19 Conman NYC 84. Thank you. Appreciate that. I really do. Calling us sheep. Jigga, you threw that graphic up 25 times. I apologize. I haven't said anything. Sheep. I guess we're sheep. I guess we're sheep. I guess we love this team so damn much that when we spend our money, listen, I looked how much it would be to go to a Giant game next week or whenever they play at MetLife again. I looked up the Jet game, and it was incredibly expensive for 2 tickets. It's like $700, $800 for the most basic seat. And a guy like me spending his hard-earned money on that, and you're coming out and saying what you said, you're an entitled jerk-off. I don't want you blocking for my team anymore. I don't. Not right now. Not right now, Evan Neal. I'll forgive you later, but I can't forgive you now. Not when these fans pay so much money of their hard-earned crew. So much money of their hard, just they spend so much damn, what the heck's hard-earned crew? I don't know what the hell I'm even saying. They spend brew crew. That's why. They spend so much money. Parking passes, hot dogs, a beer, chicken. Chicken at Giant Stadium is pretty good, by the way. I went to a preseason game. I enjoyed it a bunch. I really enjoyed it. It was nice. It was fun. How you think Neal will respond on Sunday? He better respond by not crapping the bed. He better actually play well. He better actually block. He better block. I like your icon, Almighty Fitness. Jigga, throw it back up if you can. Just throw a comment of his. Almighty Fitness. Finesse, I'm sorry. I like that. It's Odell Beckham Jr., the Joker's face on his gloves. Evan Neal, you are an absolute joke. That's what Evan Neal is. He's an absolute joke. But Almighty, he's got to play better. What are we doing? See, what are we doing? It's they're going Evan Neal. They're going to Boo Ladder, you freaking schmuck. They're going to Boo. Listen, I know that you're a young kid. I've given you the benefit of the doubt. Because the New York Giants are trying to put you at right tackle when naturally you're a guard. So I think they should actually move him to guard and try someone else at right tackle, because at this point, he's not really doing anything at right tackle. So we're wasting our time. See what he does at guard. See what he friggin' does. At least Andrew Thomas in his second year, he showed massive, massive progress. If there's no defense on Sunday, the Giants are in trouble. Jonathan, I agree. I do agree. But also at the same time, too, this effing offensive line's got to block. This offensive line's got to block. And Almighty, we did. Let's go into that. I'll complain about Neal later. We re-signed Justin Pugh, former New York Giant Justin Pugh, well now current New York Giant, was a first round draft pick back in 2013, had a couple nice solid seasons with us. Then he signed with the Arizona Cardinals for 5 years, I believe like $45.5 million. And Justin Pugh, inserting him at left guard is going to be important. He signed to the practice squad, so I'm not sure. I think the Giants would have to make another move on their actual roster in order to make room for Pugh. But I hope he's having a good week. I really do. Pugh said it himself. He thinks that he's one of the best pass blocking guards in the league. And Pugh, I hope I hope you are right. Because if he is right, let's just have some fun with this. Let's be a little optimistic, Almighty. Let's be a little optimistic. Wait, Jonathan, why did the Giants let Pugh go? Because Pugh explained it actually incredibly well. At the time with Gettleman and stuff, that regime wanted more of a mauler type offensive lineman, and Pugh wasn't that. More of like a finesse offensive lineman. And so that's why they just weren't on the same page at that point. So Pugh got the bag with Arizona. Great for him. But now the league has changed, and Pugh expressed his desire to come back here, and he wants to help the Giants win. I hope he does. I hope we win. I hope he makes that much of a damn difference, because Daniel Jones needs it. Daniel Jones needs it. He needs it desperately. So I hope Pugh is able to play this Sunday. I do. Yeah, Jonathan, he did. The one thing about Pugh, though, Jonathan, the one thing about Pugh, he got hurt, man. He got hurt. So that's why no one signed him this past offseason. He's, recovering from that injury. So that's the reason why no one signed him. But I don't want to be in media. But Almighty, I love that you're here. I'll keep on saying it. But you don't want to be in mediocrity. Then why do you want to go 1-16? Do me a favor, please, for the love of everything, for your own mental health. Makes sense. Makes sense. You don't want to be in mediocrity, but you want the Giants to go 1-16 and completely strip this thing down. So you just want to suck. You just want to suck every week and lay down. You just want to lay down for any team that we face. That's what you want to do? That's a garbage attitude. 19 Conman Jones needs more help. Needs way more help on the line, bro. Yeah, 100%. He needs that help. Conman, I don't know when you've gotten in here, but I'm gonna ask you a question. Do you place most of the blame on the O-line or Daniel Jones for last week? Because Dan Orlovsky, analyst on ESPN, brilliant mind. Dan Orlovsky said it, and he said that 6 of the 11 sacks were on Daniel Jones, not on the O-line. So I'm curious as to what you're going to say. Super tank mode, not in the fold. I agree. JPP with 3 fingers is better than what the Giants currently have. JPP with 3. I mean, he plays on defense. Tibbs had a very good week, so I'm gonna say that he had a nice week. And then Almighty, it's either you a bad team or a good team. I don't even know what to say to you, Almighty. I don't know what to say to you anymore. You know, mediocre. You don't want mediocrity, but you want to suck. You don't want mediocrity, but you want to suck. So if the New York Giants came out with, I don't even know at quarterback. If they got Patrick Mahomes, not going to happen. I'm just throwing stuff at the wall. If they got Mahomes somehow, right? They got McCaffrey in the backfield. You got Deebo Samuel over there, receiver. Bring in Travis Kelce as your tight end. Giants got some weapons now. Got some elite weapons. And if they start off the year for some reason 0-6, you think it's time to blow it up? It's about an even level of accountability with Jones and the O-line. I agree. I do. I agree. The Giants have locked almighty finesse in a glass case of emotion. Yeah, you know, it's a lot. It's a lot. We love the Giants. That's why we're here. That's why we're talking about the G-men. We love the Giants so much. I love the Giants so much. And it sucks when they struggle like this. It sucks. You know, it's not ideal. It's not what you want to see. It's not what you want to experience. But as Giants fans, that's what's happening. And then you have some scumbag who's making millions of dollars to suck. Pay me millions of dollars to suck. Please. Hey, garlic balls. How you doing? Gark balls. I called you garlic balls. They probably smell nice. Gark balls. How you doing? Giants going nowhere this season. It's fine. It's fine. But there's a reason why they actually play the games. There's a reason. Right? So you got a $40 million a year quarterback. You have supposedly a brilliant head coach. Hey, yo, figure it out. Team is straight trash. What is up with you people in giving up so easily? It's 4 effing games, and you're giving up. It's 4 games. Come on, Gark Balls. Grow a set. That's your name, Gark Balls, right? You're telling me the team is trash. You want to give up in week 5? How pathetic. Come on. If Giants do go 12 and 15, 2 and 15, 12 and 15, that's a lot of games. 2 and 15. Yeah, we're going nowhere. We in the Caleb Williams sweepstakes. No, we're not. We're not. The Giants are married to Daniel Jones right now. We can't let passion blind us. Wide receiver is a need. Yes and no. Yes and no. It is. I mean, it would be nice for Isaiah Hodgins to step up, Jalen Hyatt to step up. Joe, what do you think about getting Gallup for receiver? Is he a free agent? What do you mean? Let me look it up. Mr. Michael Gallup. Listen, he's a Dallas Cowgirl. I don't know. They're not going to trade for him, you know, unless he's a free agent. That's a different story. Is he a free agent at the end of the year? Maybe, but I mean, he's good. I like Gallup a lot. He's good. Let me read through some of the comments, ladies and gentlemen. Let me catch up with that. We gonna be 1-5 after the Miami and Buffalo game with that piss poor attitude. Of course we are. I'm not okay. Gark Balls, I got you, brother. Okay, I got you, and I appreciate that. It's miserable to watch, bro. It's so miserable to watch. It breaks my heart having to witness this and watch this week after week and watch them suck week after week. I agree with you there. It is freaking tough. They don't make it easy, man. They don't make it easy to watch. The only thing is The only thing is, I can't. We need another reliable. Yeah, Gark balls. I agree. That's why we were. That's what helped win us those Super Bowls. The 2 recent Eli Manning ones, right? You had Brandon Jacobs, the first one, Ahmad Bradshaw, Derek Ward, right? James Robinson pissed me off. Robinson, though, didn't have a great camp. Where's he now? Did anybody sign him now? I mean, Breida's not the best. Brightwell, freaking, he's not very good either. But James, did he sign anywhere? I don't know. But we have no chance. I don't see Giants beating Buffalo. Listen, the Giants went 9-7 and won a Super Bowl. We've seen crazier things. We've seen crazier things in life. So as far as being a realist, the New York Giants most likely will be going 1-5. I understand. I get that. As a realist, that's being realistic. However, as fans, as people who love this team, who get frustrated watching this team, as people who enjoy watching every damn down of the New York Giants game, we have to make it worth it for ourselves to go and watch that said game. So if we go into it with the mindset of we're going to suck, what's the point of even watching? Almighty, don't watch Sunday. Don't watch. If you really think that the Giants are going to lose on Sunday, don't watch. There's no point to have that kind of an attitude. There's absolutely 0 point to watch them. So my point is, just be a little more optimistic. I say split of Buffalo, Miami would be great. That would be stellar. And then I don't know if I see us winning 2, but a split could be possible. Gark balls, I love the attitude, man. I love the attitude. That's freaking great. Love the attitude. If we go 2-4, maybe it's not entirely over. Fix my mic's little sticker here. Maybe it's not entirely over. Joe, who in the first round of the draft fits an area of need? I don't even have the. Let me look up NFL. Man, Jigga, that's gonna be fun. If you have the NFL draft to cover it on the channel, it's gonna be fun. Let's see. Just pulling up a mock draft. I think if the Giants suck, if they're not good, if the Giants suck, I think maybe. If we're saying if we get a top 5 pick, I would try my damn best to get Marvin Harrison. Jr. I would try my best to get him. I think that would be ideal if the Giants have a top 5 pick in the draft. But then they could also go tackle, which Evan Neal sucks ball sack. Excuse my French. Supposedly, though, there's like how many quarterbacks? There's 1, 2, 3. There's 4 quarterbacks that could go in the top 10. That's nutty. That's crazy. Wow. I didn't even realize that. That's a lot. Where do they project the Giants picking this year? 10th. Okay. And they have us getting a defensive lineman mount on. I mean, listen, the Giants have spent. So 19 con man, I totally get that. An O tackle would be great. I get it. But the Giants have spent so many early round draft picks on offensive linemen in the past few years. I don't even know if it's worth going that route anymore because we can't develop them. So I don't even know if it's worth going that route. I think it might be worth more so signing somebody, splurging and spending some money, moving on from Adoree Jackson and Williams, freeing up that cap space and going out and getting a good guard, getting a good tackle. We'll see what Justin Pugh has left in the tank. That's how bad things are getting. We're relying on a guy who's recovering from a really horrible injury. But according to him, he's one of the best pass blockers in the league. So whatever. Almighty, We going QB, if we go top 5 almighty, no, we're not. I'm telling you, we're not. They have Daniel Jones. No one's going to want to trade for Daniel Jones. They won't cut Daniel Jones. And if they draft a quarterback, they will not bench said quarterback for Daniel Jones. It would make 0 sense because you're drafting a player who virtually will not play. And when you draft a quarterback in the first round, you are playing them. The NFL is different. It's not like what it was. You're playing that quarterback, and the Giants would not have a quarterback rotting on the bench if Daniel Jones is still on the team. They wouldn't. So the fact of the matter is this: instead of throwing Daniel Jones on the train tracks, give the guy a chance. Maybe he plays a lot better. The kid went to Duke. He's smart. Maybe he picks it up. He's got the talent. You know, it's so early this year. He could shock all of us. He could shock all of us. Is there anything? Okay, 19 con man. The O-line, if you build it, wins will come. Yeah. That's how the Giants won those Super Bowls with under Eli Manning. That's a almighty. This is year 5. Mod on almighty. I don't know how many times I have to tell you. They got millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars, $40-50 million of Daniel Jones. They're not going to get rid of them. How many times am I going to have to tell you? They have too much tied up in him right now. He's not going to go. No one's going to trade for him either. So this whole fantasy of getting Caleb Williams, get your head out of your ass. It ain't happening. Get your head out of your ass. It ain't happening. You're not getting Caleb Williams. Unfreaking real. I'm sick of seeing this bullcrap over and over again. We're not getting Caleb Williams, guys. Regardless if you like Daniel Jones or not, it doesn't matter. What matters is they committed to him. He's their horse that they bet on. They're going to build around that. That if you suck next year, then maybe you go quarterback the following year. Jason, hello, everyone. I'm on a cruise, so I won't have internet for the next 3 days. That sucks, Jason. Have fun. Well, I'm yelling and screaming over here. I'm sorry. But enough is enough. Damn it. This Caleb Williams stuff. Knock it off. I mean, is somebody just going to magically take Daniel Jones off our hands tomorrow? I'm going to rip my shirt like Hulk Hogan. Caleb Williams is generational. Nobody is saying otherwise. What I am saying to you is the $40-50 million. The $40-50 million that the Giants committed to Daniel Jones, no one, and I repeat, no one is going to take that off the Giants' hands. Get that through your thick skull. No one is going to take Jones's contract off the Giants' hands and do them that favor. So please get your head out of your ass. Caleb Williams is not happening, even if we have the number 1 overall pick in the draft. Make that into a short, Jigga. Is there anything we could do about the O-line? Got to prevent all these sacks somehow. They brought in Justin Pugh. Maybe. Whew. Hulk smash, yeah. Yeah, Joe's really all in today. I'm all in every day, twice on Sunday. I love doing this stuff. I love talking to you guys. It's the most fun. I don't care if there's 1 person or 5 people. It doesn't matter. Almighty, you are something else. You're something else.
Hello, Convo is available.
There's a reason why the The Cincinnati Bengals moved on from him. So what moves can be done to improve this team? Saquon Barkley, you hope that he comes back. Okay. And I don't think he's going to come back this Sunday. You hope that he comes back. You hope that this O-line, that BREW is really good and that Andrew Thomas heals up. That's how you get better. Other than that, there's nothing really. They just have to get better as a team. And if this team was as advertised, they will get better. They will grow and get better. And Joe's passion is contagious. Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate that. That means a lot. I love this stuff. I love talking sports. Been doing it my whole life, as you guys as well. And this is incredibly fun. I love talking Giants. I love talking Yankees, talking Knicks. It's my favorite thing to do. So thank you. I appreciate that. But Almighty, listen, yeah, I agree. No win now moves. I get it. Would you trade Waller? Holy shit. You're making this so tough, Almighty. You're making this so tough. I'm the man that tries not to curse. I really try not to curse, but you're making it so damn hard that my flesh is giving in and my flesh is saying, Joe, rip this mother. Would you trade Darren Waller? You're bitching and complaining that we don't have any draft picks, and now you're telling me that you want to trade Waller after trading away a third-round draft pick for him. What are you talking about? Would you trade Darren Waller? Holy. Whew. Do you know what I want right now? I want a nice loaf of Italian bread. A nice hot loaf of Italian bread. I'm going to slice it up into pieces. I want to have this garlic dipping oil, olive oil. But with all the seasonings, all the fixings in it, I want to take that bread, dip it, and eat it. That's what I need right now. A beer. Jonathan, a beer. Yeah. Go in your fridge. Go grab a beer if you got them. God bless you. You're on the Caleb Williams train. Get off the Caleb Williams train. It's get off of it. Get off. You're just not making any sense. You're not. You have to be rational. Right? Caleb Williams ain't happening. If it does happen, Almighty, I'll say you're right. I was wrong. But I'm not wrong. They invested way too much money in Daniel Jones. Now, if they move on from Daniel Jones, all right. Well, let's see who sucks more, Arizona. Let's see who sucks more. Let's go. So that could happen. But no one's going to take Daniel Jones. Not a soul. Especially if you think he's playing bad. What do you think the rest of the NFL thinks? If you think Daniel Jones is playing bad, what do you think the rest of the NFL thinks? They're not going to take him. He's too much money. And the Giants just can't cut him. It will be a severe cap hit next year. Jets would take Daniel Jones. Zach Wilson looked so good against the Chiefs. No, they would not. No. Almighty, I just want to say you made this live stream incredibly fun. 19 Con Man, Gark Balls, Jonathan here from the very beginning. You guys made this live stream so fun today. I wish there was more of you. Keep coming back, though, every Friday. We've discussed the second day. Might even debut next week. Jigga, I don't know what the plan is with that. We haven't talked about it. But I just want to thank you guys so much for coming on and listen to my nonsense and me spew all this craziness. But hopefully we get Saquon back and he can go to work and the O-line can somewhat hold up and maybe the Dolphins have another mediocre week. Gark Balls, that's what you hope for. Gark Balls, it's a funny freaking name, brother. That's a funny name. That's what you hope for. I love Deontay Banks. Okay, almighty. That's the first positive thing you said today. That's the first positive thing. I love it. I love the positivity. Giants fans, we got to be positive. We got to be positive. We got to be happy. We got to put a smile on. Jonathan, I think the current Giants are a result of taking Beckham instead of Donald in 2014. Jonathan, don't haunt me, brother. Don't haunt me. Last name is Garcia. All right, Gark Balls. I like it. Garcia. All right, I like that. I'm going to call you Gark Balls still, though. You're Gark Balls to me. You realize the Dolphins picked up Chase Claypool. Yeah, for a bag of chips. That's what I'm saying. You want to trade Leonard Williams away, Adoree Jackson away, McKinney away, and you're expecting to get some high draft picks for him. The Bears, the Dolphins just had to trade away a 5th and a 6th. You're acting like he can net a 4th. Stop. Not when you could have him next season when the Giants, their contracts are either up or they cut them. Come on. Like I said, get your head out of your rectum, please. What's going on? I don't get it. But listen, I hope we win on Sunday. That's the goal. The Dolphins look pretty good. That's 2 draft picks right there. They got. Okay. 5th and a 6th for Chase Claypool. 5th and a 6th. What do you think a 6th round pick is going to do if they're not Tom Brady? Also wasting a 1st round pick on Flowers. Oh, man. Jonathan, you're bringing up a lot of bad memories. I'm going to go inside and cry. I'm going to go inside my house. I'm not in my house. This is actually a shed. This is a shed, believe it or not. It's my little office. I love it. I'm going to go inside my home with my wife. You know what happens after that? And then we're going to eat a nice dinner. Got some raviolis going on the stove. My Latino wife making some sauce because I'm Italian and she does that for me. She loves me. Jonathan, I don't drink, bro. I don't drink. But I'll pretend I'll take a ginger ale out of the fridge. 0 sugar ginger ale out of the fridge. Pop it open for you, and I'll pretend it's a beer. How's that? Wasting a 1st on Tony. Whatever. I mean, what are you doing? Almighty. You made that one positive comment, and now it's all downhill from here. Well, guys, listen up. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, but you're subscribed. I'm not going to say that spiel. Thank you guys so much for watching. Enjoy Sunday. Be optimistic. Pray that the Giants are going to beat the Miami Dolphins. Also pray for Wink Martindale. He's having nightmares because of the Dolphins. Let's pray for him. All right, boys. Take care.